Hello everyone, today we're going to find characteristics of a quadratic function that is in standard form, okay? Usually the first step is going to be to graph this thing. Here's the equation. We already have the graph sketched below, okay? So just like we did yesterday, you're going to create a table, plot points, and graph this function. So based on this graph that I have right here, first let's find the vertex. The vertex is wherever this thing turns, and that looks like the point 1, 2, 3, 5. So my x value is 3, my y value is 5. Remember, the axis of symmetry is this line that goes down the middle of our vertex, which is just going to be x is equal to 3. Okay, the direction, we can see in the graph that it's going down. Also, we have a negative in front of this thing. That negative is going to cause this thing to open down. Okay, domain is always going to be all real numbers. Our range, the highest y value we have is 5, and it goes down. So we're going to say that y is less than or equal to 5. And then the next thing are x-intercepts. So we can see that there is an x-intercept right here, and we see an x-intercept over here, okay? So since these things are decimals, it's unlikely that we're going to be able to factor this thing. So what we should do is use the quadratic formula. So if you remember, the quadratic formula is this. X is equal to negative b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. So then we're going to identify what A, B, and C are. So A is actually -1, B is 6, C is -4, and we're going to sub those things in. So we get X is equal to -6 plus or minus root 6 squared minus 4 times -1 times -4. All of that is over 2 times -1. Okay, and then we're going to simplify. Remember, when we did the quadratic formula, we broke this into 3 parts. So this -6, we're just going to leave that alone. So x is equal to -6 plus or minus. This next part is 6 squared minus 4 times -1 times -4, and that is going to be the square root of 20. Okay, and then that's over 2 times -1, which is -2. Okay, so we have 2 different answers here. We either have -6 plus root 20 over -2, or we have -6 minus root 20 over -2. So let's use our calculators real quick. Practice doing this and make sure you can get the same answer. -6 plus root 20 divide by -2, and that's going to be 0.76. Okay. The other one, -6 minus root 20 divided by -2, and that's about 5.24. Okay, so my x-intercepts for this thing, I have 2 of them, and they are the point 0.76, 0, and 5.24, 0. Those are the x-intercepts, and that makes sense based on this graph we have, okay? Standard form actually makes it easy to find the y-intercept. That's always going to be right here, okay? The y-intercept of this thing is the point 0, -4, okay? And we can see that here, okay? But when we sub-zero into this thing, we're just left with that constant. So that is our y-intercept, all right? Intervals of increase and decrease, remember that's reading it from left to right. So as we go from left to right, we are going to increase. Let me highlight that. So this right here would be an interval of increase. And that started at -infinity and it stops at 3 at our axis of symmetry. And then after that, we see it decreasing, okay? And that thing started at 3 and it goes to positive infinity and beyond, okay? This thing has a maximum and that maximum is 3. And then in behavior, we're gonna say this thing falls on the left and falls on the right. And that's it. Those are all of our characteristics of this quadratic function, okay? So please go check out the assignment on Canvas. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.